health experts are warning we could be on the brink of a whooping cough epidemic with over 45,000 cases expected by the end of the year. That is staggering. To discuss, we're joined by TerryWhite Chemmart, Chief Pharmacist Brenton Hart. Brenton, good morning. What is behind this whooping cough spike?
Well, Alex, I think first and foremost, it's Whooping Cough Day today here in Australia. So today's all about awareness of whooping cough, which is a really potentially severe and life-threatening respiratory disease that Australians can get, and it's potentially quite severe for our most vulnerable Australians. But in terms of this latest spike, there's a few different conversations to have today. I think one is waning vaccination rates in particular. This is a really highly transmittable illness or infection that can affect the respiratory tract, and vaccination rates are going the wrong way, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, 45,000 cases is expected compared to how many last year? 2,000?
So last year, in the calendar year 2023, we had just under 2,500 cases of whooping cough. This year, as of a couple of days ago, over 41,000. So that's a 17-fold increase, and it's the most number of cases we've ever recorded in a year.
It's incredible. I can't believe those numbers. What should people be looking out for? There's the cough, obviously, but what else?
Well, whooping cough can present very typically like a common cold or flu, maybe even COVID. People can get sneezing, a runny nose, aches and pains, and a fever, but it's that cough. So people will typically get a mild cough up front, but that cough, normally around 1 or 2 weeks in, will shift into a much more severe mode. People can even get such a severe cough that they can fracture ribs, they may vomit, and they can have these coughing fits where they get to the point where they need to gasp to get air in. That's where the name of the condition comes from.
Yeah, well, I've got a 3-year-old and I've got 5-year-old twin girls. This thing terrifies me. What can we do to stop this from getting even worse?
Well, I think today, in terms of awareness, it's about getting your vaccination and making sure you're up to date. You know, whooping cough vaccinations are a really critical part of our vaccination programs for infants, children, adolescents. And for adults, it's recommended that you have your booster vaccine every 10 years. So if you're sitting at home this morning and you're not sure if you're up to date with your whooping cough vaccine, it's a great time to reconnect with your local pharmacist or your GP. We can check your immunisation history and get you that booster without delay, because as I said, like with nearly expected 45,000 cases by the end of the year, it's out there, it's in the communities. We're seeing it particularly in children. So the biggest cohorts that have got the illness at the moment, or have had the most number of cases reported, are 5-year-olds through to late teens. Okay. So it's out there in schools. It's going to be in those high risk of transmission settings. And as we were talking about earlier, with our littlest, most vulnerable Australians, the key message here is infants who are 6 months and under can't be immunised for whooping cough. That's it. So we've got to cocoon them, we've got to protect them, we've got to do our bit as a community.
Good message. Thank you so much, Brenton. Really appreciate it. And yeah, get vaccinated. TerryWhite is, of course, a great supporter of the show. We thank them, and thank you to you, Brenton, for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Cheers.